Thank you for choosing Rust-Oleum Industrial Brands Concrete Protection Systems for your industrial maintenance project. Rust-Oleum's industrial flooring products are designed to reduce your preparation time, application time, and downtime while lengthening the lifetime of your industrial concrete floors. Rust-Oleum Corporation purchased Concrete Protection Systems, a company founded in 1984 and known for manufacturing high-quality toppings and coatings that could effectively protect concrete in even the most demanding industrial environments. Rust-Oleum CPS offers unequaled protection against chemical damage from literally thousands of industrial chemicals and the durability to withstand physical abuse from the most severe environments. While Rust-Oleum products are user-friendly, you should review the material safety data sheets, technical data sheets, application instruction guides, and label information carefully. Wearing proper personal protective equipment and adhering to sound safety procedures are necessary in any industrial setting. For all Rust-Oleum CPS products, hand mixing will produce inconsistent results and is not an approved method. Mechanical mixing is required. Before starting, make sure the materials, the surface, and the ambient air temperature fall within the published range for that product. No single facet of a concrete coating application contributes more to the success or failure of that application than the evaluation of the substrate and the proper surface preparation. The International Concrete Repair Institute has identified 9 distinct concrete surface profiles, or CSPs. These profiles replicate degrees of roughness considered to be suitable for the application of one or more of the Rust-Oleum Concrete Protection Systems coatings or toppings. Refer to the ICRI technical guidelines for selecting and specifying concrete surface preparations for sealers, coatings, and polymer overlays, guideline number 310.2-1997. The actual surface preparation method used may vary depending upon site conditions, performance criteria, and actual coating system selection. Contact Rust-Oleum Technical Services prior to starting the job if you have any questions. The recommended surface preparation method for the 8200 Overkote V chemical-resistant epoxy vertical coating is ICRI CSP number 2, grinding, or similar to CSP number 3 by light abrasive sandblasting. In this video, we will demonstrate the mixing and application procedures for the 8200 System Overkote V chemical-resistant epoxy vertical coating. Rust-Oleum Overkrete Extra and Overkote vertical epoxies provide heavy-duty chemical resistance for concrete or block walls, designed to withstand chemicals and abuse. Easily applied via roller, these coatings are ideal for secondary containment.
The next system that we're going to demonstrate is the 8200 V. This is our roll-applied vertical system. Take a look at the materials. I want you to be able to see the texture, the thickness of the materials. So take a look at those. We're using tile red today. Again, these materials are thickened up a little bit so that they hang in a vertical at 10 to 12 mils per coat. So you're able to apply this with no problem at 10 to 12 mils per coat on a vertical wall without sag. We want to make sure that we add all of the activator to the pre-measured base. And then for application on the wall that we're going to do today, we've already sealed it with our block fill product. At a coverage rate of 10 mils per coat, you're going to get about 160 square feet per gallon. We're using a CPS4 mixing whip, slow speed mix motor, 500 to 750 RPMs, and we're going to mix for approximately 2 minutes. Temperature range for this product is between 65 and 90 degrees. Working time is going to be somewhere in the 25-minute range, plus or minus 5 minutes, depending on the temperature. We've got our CMU block wall here. The block wall has been scratch coated with our block fill product, allowed to cure. Took about 3 hours for that to cure out. We're going to go ahead and we're going to apply a 10 to 12 mil coat of our 8200 V to this wall. Now, notice we're using a 3/8 inch nap roller. Get a high quality 3/8 inch nap roller. And what he's going to do is he's going to load the roller, and then he's going to discharge the roller starting from top down. Then he's going to load the roller again and discharge the roller from bottom to top. And he'll alternate that until he gets to the end of his wall. And then he will cross roll it in a horizontal fashion, and that gives us even millage, even distribution of the resin all the way across the wall. Okay, so if you just load your roller each time and go from the top down, the bottom's going to be thin. If you alternate back and forth with each loaded roller and then cross roll it, you get even millage all the way across the wall. Now, it's a simple technique, but a lot of guys miss it. And it's a lot less work when you're using a real thick product like this to do it that way than to try and, this is not house paint, right? We're not going to do the V or the W or whatever. That's not what you're looking for with this product. Load the roller, and you're laying material off. So we're not painting here. We're not spreading this around like paint. We're looking for film build. And the only way to get it is you load the roller and then you lay the coating off of the roller, okay? So it's a different mindset than paint. Keep that in mind. We're not trying to paint. This isn't a color coat. This is a coating that's going over the top of a substrate that's been sealed off with our block fill. So we're going to get those roller loaded up, top to bottom, bottom to top to bottom, bottom to top, and then cross roll it, okay, in a vertical fashion or in a horizontal fashion. And that's what's going to give us uniform film thickness across the wall. Now, remember, working time is fairly short, particularly if we leave it in the container. So what you would typically do is we would split this gallon between 2 or 3 people. So by using this particular rolling technique, we know that we have uniform film thickness across the wall. And again, we're looking for this higher build coating system on this wall. Now, a typical system for primary containment or in a sump that's going to be constantly immersed would be a scratch coat of the block fill and 2 10 to 12 mil roll coats just like this. That would be a good system recommendation. That's pretty standard. Can we spray this stuff onto the wall? Yes, it can be done. However, for the amount of cost that's involved in trying to clean the hoses, and you can't get them clean because you basically have to throw the hoses away. No matter how much solvent you use and run through those hoses, there's going to be residue left in it. As soon as they cure and you move them around again, the hoses are going to be useless. If you're using an airless, let's say, the heat generated by the piston trying to push that thick paint through there, it generates heat. It would have to start and stop so often you're not gaining any ground. So it's really not cost effective to try and spray, even though there are spray units that are capable of spraying the materials. It's not a cost effective way of applying it. It's easier to put a few guys out there with some roller covers. You saw how quick and easy it was to do. We wouldn't have much material waste at all. We're not wasting a lot of solvent trying to keep equipment cleaned up. So it's really a much more effective application to do it by hand and to go ahead and roll it up using a 3/8 snap roller cover. Okay? So this is excellent for sumps, primary and secondary containment areas, walls in food and beverage facilities where they require that the wall from 4 feet down needs to be coated and sealed off. If the wall is already sealed or is very tight, there's not pinholes, they're not worried about critical containment, then you can just use a coat of our standard prime and seal primer on the wall, and then you can apply your coats over the top. But in most cases, you want to seal off those pinholes, and the only way to do that effectively is a scratch coat of block fill. It makes for a nice vertical system. Again, 2-component, 100 solids epoxy. There's no odor to it. There is some limited working time, just like with the other 100 solid epoxies, 25 minutes, give or take 5 minutes or so. Typical working temperatures are between 65 and 90 degrees. A pretty simple product to use as long as you understand the mixing process is extremely important. We don't want unactivated material, and it's being so thick you want to make sure you have the right mixing whip and the drill. and you can work directly out of a roller pan with a 3/8 roller and get a real nice finish on these walls. Seal these walls up without any pinholes. So you get a good pinhole-free finish. For cleanup, you can use 160 thinner, xylene, or MEK to clean your application tools. Then dispose of the materials and packaging according to local, state, and federal regulations.
We hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, please contact us at 800-553-8444 or rust-oleum.com/industrial. Thank you for choosing Rust-Oleum, the name that means protection.